डे 2 ऑफ नवरात्रि का दूसरा दिन। ये दिन डेडिकेटेड है माँ ब्रह्मचारिणी को। ब्रह्मचारिणी मीन्स a devoted female student who lives in ashram with a guru along with other students. ये माँ दुर्गा यानी माँ पार्वती का दूसरा रूप है। नव दुर्गों में दूसरे दिन इनकी पूजा होती है। इनके एक हाथ में जप माला है और उनके दूसरे हाथ में, उनके बाएं हाथ में कमंडल यानी वाटर यूटेंसिल है। She wears white clothes. इनका कलर है white and flowers in chrysanthemum. जैसा कि आपने इंट्रोडक्शन से देख ही लिया होगा या समझ ही गए होंगे, but for this day I chose a makeup which will go well or complement well with white color, cream color clothes, beige color and other such neutral colors. क्योंकि obviously white color का makeup करना was very difficult for me, so I chose a makeup look जो कि इन सब colors को complement करे. I hope you're gonna love this tutorial and you'll also love the story, the legend of Ma Brahmacharini. Now before I start, I would like to tell you that all the products that I have used in this makeup look or for this makeup look will be listed in the description box. So do check the description box. मैं बीच-बीच में मेकअप के बारे में भी बताती रहूँगी and I'll keep telling you the story as well. So just don't get confused there. I hope you will like this. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification button. No matter what, we always begin our makeup number 1 by cleaning our face and number 2 by hydrating it or moisturizing it. So here I am using Khadi's anti-wrinkle saffron and papaya cream. I absolutely love this cream, though it is little thick and oily, but under makeup it works very well, especially if you're using a matte base. Spread and apply the cream. I'm using a foundation brush. It is by L'Oreal. It's a flat foundation brush, but of course you don't have to do the same. And don't forget to moisturize your lips as well, because you don't want cracked or chapped lips under your lipstick. For the primer, I am using Color Bar's Perfect Match Primer. I've been using this particular primer for past 4 years now. I mean, I have repurchased it several times, not this one bottle for 4 years. And I absolutely love the effects of this primer. It beautifully fills all my fine lines and gives the illusion of a blurred face or a glowy face. All the products that I've used in this video will be linked in the description box, so do not forget to check the description box. Now with the help of peach concealer, I am cancelling out all the darkness on my face, especially around my mouth and my under eyes. Followed by that, I'll be applying foundation. The foundation that I am using is Maybelline Fit Me foundation. It comes in a tube and it is, I think, dupe of Tarte Amazonian Clay foundation, and also it is dupe of L'Oreal Infallible foundation in the tube. This Maybelline foundation is very different from the Maybelline Fit Me Poreless Matte Foundation. This gives a very dewy and luminous finish and also doesn't give you that white cast which most of the drugstore foundations give you, especially Maybelline foundations and Lakme also. I won't be talking much about how to do the face makeup. This part of the video is very self-explanatory. Now we move on to the legend of Ma Brahmacharini. हम सबको पता है that second day of Navratri is dedicated to Ma Brahmacharini. Brahma means the one self-existent spirit or the absolute reality or universal self or the sacred knowledge. Brahma is also shortened form of Brahman, means universe. Charini is the feminine version of one who is a charya or charya, which means occupation with, behavior or to conduct or to flow or to follow, moving in or going after. So the word Brahmacharini in Vedic text means a female who pursues the sacred religious knowledge. Now after goddess Parvati took the form of Kushmanda, the incarnation of Brahmacharini followed. Parvati took birth in the home of Daksh Prajapati, who had a deep contempt for Lord Shiva. Her maiden form is worshipped as Brahmacharini. The goddess undertook a severe penance to get a good father in her next birth who would respect Lord Shiva. Now, according to different versions of her myths, maiden Parvati resolves to marry Shiva. Her parents learn of her desire and discourage her, but she pursues what she wants and did tapasya for 5,000 years. In meantime, gods approach Kamdev, the god of desire and erotic love, affection, ask him to generate desire in Shiva for Parvati. Because apparently Lord Shiva was too busy with his own tapasya, as we all know that he was an alchemist, he was a yogi, and he was other things and settled in Himalayas. So he was least bothered about these materialistic or erotic or love things in general. So they did this because there was an asura named Tarkasur who gained the boon of being killed only by Lord Shiva's child. And this Tarkasur was apparently after the life of all the gods. So they desperately wanted Lord Shiva to fall in love with Parvati, who anyway wanted to marry him. Kamdev, after talking to all the gods, reaches Lord Shiva and shoots an arrow of desire. Shiva opens his third eye in his forehead and burns the cupid down to ashes. Poor Parvati. Parvati does not lose her hope or her resolve to win over Shiva. She begins to live in the mountains like Shiva, engage in the activities as Shiva. She would do yoga, she would do all the tapasya and everything to evoke that love in Lord Shiva. It is this aspect of Parvati that is deemed to be that of goddess Brahmacharini. This form that she had or she took while she was living in the Himalayas, this is called goddess Brahmacharini. Her ascetic pursuit draws the attention of Shiva and awakens his interest. He meets her in disguised form and tries to discourage her, telling her Shiva's weaknesses and personality problems and things like that. But Parvati refuses to listen and insists in her resolve. So finally, Lord Shiva had to bow down to her and accept her, and they get married. Scriptures say Goddess Brahmacharini is ruler of planet Mars. She is the giver of all fortune and dispels the deepest sorrow of her devotees, removing all their mental afflictions. She is worshipped to remove Mangal dosh and problems resulting from the unfavorable position of Mars in horoscope. The favorite flower of Ma Brahmacharini is jasmine. Therefore, do the second day Navratri Puja with jasmine flowers and win the blessings of the most compassionate mother. Contemplate on the divine form of Ma Brahmacharini and do 16 types of offerings, ending with the aarti to conclude the puja. And yahi se the word Sola Shringar emerges. These offerings are the Sola Shringars. Every form of Ma Durga teaches us something. Worship of Ma Brahmacharini equals a severe penance. It gives the values of renunciation, virtues, and nobility to the devotees. Now coming back to the makeup, the foundation brush that I use, NYX Total Control Drop Foundation Brush, is an amazing foundation brush. It is a multi-purpose brush. It is just amazing. I bought it for 1500 rupees and it is worth every penny, and I have not come across any foundation brush as good as this one. So if you're someone who's into brushes and looking for a great investment, you can go ahead and buy this brush. Now on a fluffy flat brush, it is not fluffy, it is just that it is flat, but its bristles are not stiff. Also it is little tapered towards the end, towards the head. So I'm digging into my Morphe 35 Warm palette and picking up a cool tone brown, which is slightly darker than my skin tone, not too dark, just slightly darker. and I'll be defining my crease area with that color. So first I'm depositing the color in my crease area, and then whatever is left I'm applying it on the edges of my eyes or the outer corner, and then I'll start blending the shade. Always make sure that you first deposit the color and then you start building up, and always pick smallest amount of color or any product on your brush or your sponge, because if you have less you can add more, you can build it up. But I see people worry too much about brushes and eyeshadow palettes. This 35W palette was, I think, my third eyeshadow palette. It is 4-year-old. It has actually expired, but I still use it because it's not causing any harm to my eyes. But I will totally not recommend that. I absolutely love it and I don't wish to throw it until all the pans are empty. So I see people worry too much about the products and too much about the brushes, type of brushes. What I recommend is that pick up a basic brush kit, an affordable one, like you have Romare Cosmetics, you have the Plumco, you also have BH Cosmetics coming in India. I have seen on Amazon, and there are many Instagram shops which sell them. So pick up some basic eye and face brushes and sponges, and pick up a very basic eyeshadow, like you have Lakme eyeshadows, you have Wet n Wild eyeshadows, which are good. They're also very cheap. Basically, Wet n Wild is $1 product in America, so it is amazing for the quality they have. There are so many brands which are so affordable. So pick up small eyeshadow palettes, daily wearable colors, and start practicing on your eyes. Practice before you sleep so that you can wash it off. Before you go to sleep, you wash your face. So before that, you practice your makeup with all the cheap stuff and then wash it off and go to sleep. So this is how I did, how I learned. Instead of products, when I started learning makeup, I was all about products. I had these makeup revolution palettes and they were the in thing that time. And then everybody was raving about the Morphe palettes. I ordered 3 Morphe palettes back to back from some Instagram shops here and there, like whosoever offered the lowest price, cheapest price. So I bought these. One of them is for 2800, other is for 2600, one is for I think 3200, including the customs. So I later on realized that it is not the product that you have to worry about, it is your technique which you have to perfect. And this you learn when you start seeing these, not makeup gurus, but actual makeup artists on Instagram and Facebook. You don't have to go to makeup school to learn all this. You have to see how people use their brushes. You have to see how people use their hands, their handwork. You have to understand the technique, and that is how you will master the makeup. Now with the same brush, I picked up a darker shade of brown. I used a warm shade brown. You can use any shade of brown, but just make sure that it is little darker than what you just used in your crease. And with the help of that darker shade, I am deepening my outer corner or the outer edge, and then whatever is left, I'm taking it in the crease and deepening the crease. Just the edges, I won't be dragging this color inside, neither in the crease nor on the lid. Now taking a very small amount of same dark brown shade, I'm running it on my lower lash lines. Now before I continue with my makeup, another fact about Ma Brahmacharini. When Ma Brahmacharini undertook a severe penance to get a good father in her next birth who would respect Lord Shiva, she walked on barefoot and did several thousands of years of penance to attain Lord Shiva in marriage. She lived on flowers and fruits, and later only on leaves, and stopped even that eventually, living mere on air. Therefore, Brahmacharini came to be called as Aparna, which means one who lived without leaves, because she would not eat anything, she would just drink water. I personally do not believe in fasting, but I really appreciate all the ladies who do fasting, who do Karwa Chauth and teach for their husbands, for their love. I don't know how other people see it, but for me it is a person who's mentally strong can do fasting, because giving up water and food for a day, especially water, is not an easy task, and out of love and compassion for someone, for someone's good health and a good life, ladies do it, and it is just beyond my imaginations how one person can do it, and I absolutely appreciate that part. Now digging in the same palette and picking up a sparkly champagne color, I am applying on the 2/3 of my eyelid from the lash line to the crease area, not beyond the crease area. I don't want to disturb that brown shade, darker brown shade which I created there. Be very careful, you don't have to go beyond the crease area, you don't have to disturb the brown shade. Whenever you pick up a shimmery shade, either use your finger or use a flat eyeshadow brush because they pick up the maximum color and give you the maximum pigmentation. Whenever you apply a shimmery shade or you apply glitter, start with the center portion of your eye because that is the part which is most protruding and catches the maximum light. So basically with your shimmer shade or your glitter, you have to create the same illusion. Here I am doing the same. I'm picking up color on my eyeshadow brush and applying it on the center portion of the eye, and then whatever is left I'm taking it on the inner portion of the eyelids. Once I'm done with the application and I'm happy with the pigmentation, I'll merge the brown shade into my shimmery shade. Now I am applying same shimmery shade on my brow bone and inner corners of my eyes. Time to line our eyelids, and to do so I'm using a black kohl pencil. Please make sure that for this particular eye makeup you use a smudgeable pencil or a kohl liner and not the ones which quick dry, because after you apply the liner you will smudge it. Always apply your liner in small strokes. That will help you build a very even line easily. In this case I don't mind an uneven liner because in the end I'm going to smudge it. Now I'm done applying the liner, so I'm going to smudge it with the help of a smudger brush. To smudge my liner properly and also to intensify it and give it a little smoky effect, I'm digging in the black color from that same palette. First I'll intensify my outer edges of the liner, and after that whatever shadow is left on the brush I will drag it outside, creating a wing, and also drag it inside, giving it an illusion of a liner but with smoky effect. I'll probably do a separate video for this whole eye look. It is an interesting eye look and very easy to create actually. So I quickly contoured the other side of my face and my nose off camera. Now I am applying blush with a stippling brush. Whenever you apply blush, make sure that you blend it in your contour to give it a very natural blended finish on your face. Now I am simply lining my lower lash lines, and I will smudge the liner with the help of same black color and same smudger brush so that my liner doesn't bleed with time. This is an optional step to amp up my eye look. I am applying some glitter shadow to the areas where I applied the shimmer shadow. Taking some liquid shadow at the back of my hand, they dry very quickly. The shadow that I have chosen has minute glitter specks in it, and I am applying this glitter shadow the same way I applied my shimmer shadow, that is starting from the center part of my eyelid, and then whatever is left I will take it on the inner part of the eyelid or inner side of the eyelid. And please make sure that you do not disturb your liner while doing so. At this point, if you want, you can apply mascara and finish off the eye look, but I'm going to go ahead and apply false lashes off camera. Now it's time to give some shape to my face, so I'm contouring it. I have now started leaning towards cooler browns. I believe that for my skin tone, cool browns suit the most as contour shades rather than warm browns. Warm browns give me a very orangey tone. So I quickly contoured my other side of the face off camera and also my nose. Now with the help of my strobing stick, I'm highlighting my face. I absolutely love this stick for the reason it gives a very subtle glow, and I think it goes with this whole look. Now with the help of a stippling brush, I'm applying my blush. I do not want a lot of color on my face, just a flush of color, blending it with my contour. So the blush that I've picked for this look is Adorable by Color Essence. If you apply your blush correctly as per your face shape, it can add to the structure just like your contour. So I applied blush on my other side of the face off camera, and now I am going to apply lipstick. For the lipstick, I am using two shades here. A darker shade, it's a wine shade, and a red shade. With the darker shade, I will be lining my lips with the help of lip brush. I will also be filling the edges of my lips, that is the 1/3 outer portion of my lips, and the lighter color I will be applying on the center parts of my lip, both upper and lower of course. And then I'll be merging the darker shade into the lighter shade. And now it's time for bindi, earrings and dupatta. Here's the complete look. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you loved the story as well. I'm absolutely loving this series because it is not just about Navratri. You can listen to Navratri stories any time of the day, any time of the year. You can wear these makeup looks everywhere, anywhere, at any occasion that you want, not just Navratri. And I'm also stepping out of my comfort zone and trying different looks and different colors I'm experimenting with. Absolutely loving this series. Thank you so much for watching. Do subscribe if you have not already, and thanks again for watching.